Rohan's Corner, working overtime, recording fine, that's just prime. Super reviews which will neutralize Hasbro's wave of crimes. Magic Square to the rescue, and Newage has got such super paintwork. Rohan is the mighty power that can save the day. Rohan, no one knows what lies behind his wall of fame. Rohan, always riding hard on Hasbro's trail. Come see the memes he plays every Friday. Hello everyone and welcome back to the corner. Once again, joining me here on Rohan's Corner, we have a Through the Generations review. This time it is none other than Legendary Heroes Air Guardian, otherwise known as Newage Firefox. He is, of course, Generation 1 Jetfire in Legends form with some premium paint. Anywho, no further ado, let's get to say is this is a hefty box. Not only has it got some weight to it, but it's got some pretty big girth to it as well. As you can see all round, a significant package. Lovely artwork here on the front of Jetfire, or Air Guardian, with a little bit of a bio there. Air Guardian Firefox, the robot's height is 18 centimeters. The chest has a turning mechanism with 3 sides. Alloys are used in many parts of the robot. Yeah, die-cast, in other words. On the top here, we have a lovely same picture of the Legendary Heroes Air Guardian Firefox. And on the side here, a couple of shots of both modes. On the other side, at the back, a nice picture of him dethroning Megatron with some warnings at the bottom. Import box art by some flying bird there at the bottom corner. Newage 15 plus. Same images on this side and on this side as well. So let's get him out of the box. Quick look at the instruction manual here. You can see that it is mostly black and white with a little bit of red outage color in places just to showcase how to transform the figure. We have a nice homage in the top left and bottom right hand corner to the Generation 1 front logos of the instruction manuals, and a couple of QR scan modes here and some Chinese writing here. Several steps to transform him, nothing on the back. Inside the packaging we have Jetfire in his plastic casing. Just take that out here. Here is his gun, double barrel rifle as per the Generation 1 cartoon. Very nice soft smooth plastic on these Newage figures. And we take the bot out. It's just the one piece, no other accessories this time. And there we go, just as per the weapon, some very nice soft smooth plastic. Very white crisp plastic on Jetfire here. We can see he is very much a dedicated homage to his Generation 1 cartoon self. Looks excellent. It's a very quick spin around the bot then. Here we can see him from all angles. There's his big backpack on the back, as you'd expect, as with most of the toys. He's got some die-cast heel spurs here to keep him stable. I do find that he has a little bit of stability issues. I haven't noticed too much paint defects on him, although there is a little bit of splurge here on the backpack, excess paint. But yeah, overall, no big holes, no big screw holes. There are a couple in the legs here, you can see, and the face mold is lush, although it does make him look a little bit gormless. But as you can see, the paintwork is phenomenal. The blue, the red really does pop. The grey grills there do look nice. He does have opening hands on both sides, unlike his Generation 1 counterpart, which we'll come on to later. So he can hold his weapon in either hand, like so. What I would say is it does wibble about a little bit. It's not quite 100% solid. You can move it slightly from left to right. A couple of the joints are a little bit loose, but overall, I think he looks great. I would say in terms of the 3-pronged chest emblem area here, you will need a spudger to be able to get in there and to move it around, twist it around. It is on a little bit of die cast there and on some pins that it just spins around on, but it is very solid. Okay, and here we have a bot mode comparison with Siege Jetfire, who is about double the size of Newage. Generation 1 Jetfire, who unfortunately mine is a little bit yellowed and a little bit old. Does look a little bit dated, but obviously it's his alternate mode where he shines the best. And Newage Jetfire in the middle there looking the brightest. Even actually Siege Jetfire is looking slightly yellow, unfortunately. But anywho, overall, I think the aesthetic works even better than Siege, even though there's a lot more detailing on the Siege bodywork in terms of the lines that you can see on the chest and the legs, etc. I actually prefer the cleaner aesthetic of Newage Jetfire there. It would have been nice if they'd included a sword as per the Siege series, but then again, he's not supposed to be Siege, he's supposed to be G1, and he doesn't come with all the other kit that Siege Jetfire came with in terms of the armor, etc., wherever that was from, because obviously this is a G1 Toon accurate Jetfire as it should be. Generation 1 Jetfire just doesn't stack up for me. More Skyfire in my opinion, and I just don't think of him as the same character because of the head sculpt, and as I mentioned before, he only has one opening hand. Obviously, I don't have the armor or the weapon on him here, but you can just see it's a bit of a different bot. Here we have some bot mode comparisons with other scales. We have at the back Magic Square's Menasor, who is towering over the top as he should be. On top of Jetfire, I have the two little figures that came with the X-Transbots Perceptor or Jansen figure in Bumblebee and Brawn, who I think go excellently with this Jetfire, and we'll love to show them off in the alt mode. We have Earthrise Starscream, Magic Square's Megatron, Rising Force's Dead End Catfish I showed off last week, the Iron Trans Smokescreen, Newage's Bombshell here at the front, Magic Square's Red Cannon or Sideswipe, and Magic Square's Shockwave 2.0, and Newage's Lucifer or Cartoon Accurate Starscream. So I think he scales really well with Legends. He is bigger than an Earthrise or War for Cybertron or Generations Voyager class, or even in this case Leader class figure. And I think that kind of is well depicted for the character being so large in the show. He does, if you put him next to Magic Square's Megatron, come up to about 1.5 times Megatron's height, so that's quite good. Just because it's possible, here we have that iconic scene from Fire on the Mountain where Triple Reflector takes on and fails against Jetfire. Articulation is excellent as to be expected of a figure of Newage's quality, with joints all over the place, but there are many other videos to watch for that. You come here to see the comparisons. And there we have his Macross mode for those who are interested in that kind of thing. Jet mode completed, and we can angle these little fins here in whichever way we like. It looks absolutely fantastic. It has a working cockpit. You can open that up and you can stuff Bumblebee here inside. He doesn't quite fit, but you get the idea. And you can have him riding on the top if you want, as per some of the episodes where some of the mini-bots were flying on top of Jetfire or alongside Jetfire or off his wings, which is pretty cool. And in terms of the vehicle itself, it cleans up quite nicely. There are a few bits underneath where you can see little empty gaps here and there, but ultimately it looks pretty good. The boosters at the back all incorporated. The backpack looks quite nice. It's quite ingenious how they've tied up all the arms in there, and you can't really see a split in there. And it looks quite nice. The landing gear is a little bit flimsy, but it's okay. Does the job. Right, here we have the alt mode comparisons with Siege and Generation 1, and we can see here he is quite a bit smaller in his alt mode than both these other boys. Siege is obviously absolutely massive and doesn't really fit into my screen really. It's a bit of a pain to organize these all so you can actually see them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lift this one up and you can see the size differential. Generation 1 actually probably the best looking jet, but not really Toon accurate, and then Siege quite a Toon accurate looking jet, and Newage perfectly good. And so even the color schemes as well, you can see between Siege and Newage, the red is a lot lighter on Newage, a lot more maroon on Siege, and it sort of matches a bit better with the Generation 1, if I'm honest with you, in terms of the red. And here's just a quick look at the three of them all stood up so you can see the height difference. Actually, the Newage Jetfire is almost as long as Generation 1, but about half as long as Siege. And here we have the last look at the comparisons of the alt mode. Here we have Fans Toys RP44 KO Thomas there at the back. Astro Train in masterpiece form. It's a lot bigger, obviously, than Jetfire, but I kind of like the look of them together. I would like to see a comparison between the two on the same scale. If someone could do a undersized Fans Toys Thomas, that would be awesome. We have Mech Fans Toys Starscream. We have Legacy Prime Knockouts, Mech Fans Toys Astro Train and Blitzwing on the left hand side, Siege Skywarp, Magic Squares Ratchet, and right at the front New Age's Outback. And we can see they all look pretty decent together. Jetfire kind of works with the New Age scale really well, and also with the Magic Square scale. He does work with the Mech Fans Toys as well, actually. And one last fun shot here, why not? While we've got them out, we've got the little bots hanging on to Jetfire, as was seen in Season 1 and early Season 2 with Brawn, definitely Windcharger, and a couple of the others. And I am really looking forward to New Age or Magic Square doing us a broadside figure, so we can have the equivalent with Ultra Magnus and Blaster hanging off of his wings, although that would require one of those two companies to also make some tiny little Ultra Magnus and Blaster figures like I have here. Hint, hint, guys. Okay then, in conclusion, final thoughts on this little flying ace. I am very glad that I got him. He is a great bot. I think he's a little bit overpriced at the prices I'm seeing out there at the £90 to £105 mark. You can pick him up from ShowZ for about £75. I managed to nab him on a steal for £65 used, but really, I think 50-60 quid, he's a good bot. I am still looking forward to the Magic Square version. I'm hoping they do some little minifigures with him and potentially a couple of accessories. It would be nice to see some differentiation, and who knows, I may pick him up as well. Anywho, for another week, I've been Rohan on Rohan's Corner. I hope you've enjoyed this Through the Generations review of Newage Jetfire. Hope to see you again next week. Back to the studio.
Transformers, Rohan's in disguise.